So good morning, everyone. I had a thought come to my mind this morning as I was laying in bed at 4:43 or whatever it was, and wanted to go back to sleep. And I realized that a lot of us take getting up and getting out of bed for granted. It was a rough morning for me with some of my back pain, and I didn't want to get out of bed at all. And looking back over the many years that I've been a business owner, I realized how much work I've had to put into creating the system or the regiment that is getting out of bed. You have to have a purpose, right? But it's a system to actually get yourself up and out of bed in the morning. And let me explain what I mean. Now, I was raised to be very analytical, very systematic, and to find a purpose in all things and let that purpose guide you. So for me, there's always been like a reason that I do something. And I guess it's kind of weird because then usually the opposite side of that is that without reason, a lot of people, we choose not to do something because we don't understand the reason. I guess maybe I was like that a little bit growing up as well. But as an adult, as a business owner, I knew that I wasn't going to be successful if I didn't push myself to be successful, because you are the one driving this whole force. Nobody else is going to push you to push everybody else. For those of you who don't know, I've got 6 kids, 4 boys that have all played basketball so far, and I love coaching basketball. I am the loudest coach on the court. I can overpower any other coach vocally just to make sure that my players can hear me. But the way that I yell is very different. I try to be motivating and uplifting while also being stern and very direct, so that on the court in an instant my players can hear what I'm saying. And I take my coaching very seriously, just like I take my businesses very seriously. Now, I'd say something that has been really difficult for me is dealing with the physical pains of the deterioration of parts of my body from wear and tear and abuse and use. And I love to work out. I love to go to the gym. And when I get my workout in early, I get up at 4 o'clock, get to the gym by 5:15, get my workout in so I'm back and ready to meet the crew at 7:30 in the morning. I don't like getting my guys started any earlier than that because I feel like it becomes counterproductive. And then people start to, and then it just wears everybody down. I feel like 7:30 usually it takes everybody a half an hour to really even get motivated as I reach for my caffeinated drink. I actually don't drink coffee. I make smoothies and I put organic caffeine powder in my smoothie. So it's like 200 milligrams of caffeine. That works for me. So it's kind of hard because everybody has to have their own reason for doing what we do. We all have to find our motivating factors that get us to take the initiative to jump into something new. And you have to become acclimated to it over time so that it finally feels more natural, rather than forced. Because it's going to feel forced and unnatural and kind of miserable for a while, at least for most of us. But the point that I want to get across is that unless you're regimented, unless you're systematic, and unless you actually look at everything with a purpose, as a business owner, it's very hard to be successful. Maybe one of your biggest motivating factors to be a business owner or to be self-employed is so that you can sleep in until 10 or 11 in the morning and, do your e-commerce or trading all day. And I don't know, there is definitely something to that lifestyle. But for me, I have a lot that I have to squeeze into a day. And at times, because there was so much that I needed to squeeze in and accomplish, it became more daunting and more frustrating to the point where that made it harder for me to get out of bed. And I didn't want to get out of bed because I knew I've got 15,000 things that I have to fit into this window of time. And it was very hard on my family and my wife and my kids, and I was working very late into the day and I'd miss family dinner. But that was very short-lived because family dinner was always very important to us, where when I was first getting the many of you don't know, but this is the tree and landscape service that I own, Chip Chop and Grind. When I was first getting that started, I was my sole climber, and I just had groundsmen. So being the owner and being the climber, I had to make sure that, if you know anything about tree work, it's abusive. And by the end of the day, by the time, I'm getting out of the tree, I'm already spent. And then I'm running the ground with my guys, and then I'm just exhausted and just deteriorating quickly. And I'd come home and I would try to leave everything out the door, take some deep breaths. I do a lot of mindful meditation, and I would try to leave everything at the door, and then I would go in the house, and then I'd play with the kids, and I'd try to do something for my wife, like do the dishes or clean up something, or just try to be of some kind of help. And then I'm just exhausted for the next day, but you do it all over again. And I couldn't do that if there wasn't a purpose. For instance, here's a great example. A cup of oats and 6 eggs with turkey and cheese. So this is what I eat 5 days out of 7 every week. One other day I'll make protein pancakes for the kids, and then the last day is like a day that I'm on the go, and I turn all this into a smoothie, and I put my oats into the blender, and I put my raw eggs and my protein powder, and I'm basically having the same thing just in a smoothie. Am I sick of it? Yeah, kind of. I mean, I've been eating this for years for breakfast. And then once it starts to wear on me, I'll throw in some cereal here and there, but that doesn't get me to my goal. So my purpose in saying this is, I eat this because of the goal that I want to attain. My goal is to stay lean, to stay cut, to stay muscular, and I can't stay that way if I'm eating a lot of, bacon, which I love bacon. I love bacon. Who doesn't love bacon? I would love to eat bacon every day. But if I ate bacon every day, I couldn't attain and then maintain the physique that I want to maintain. So I eat a cup of oats, 6 eggs, cheese, and turkey every day. And that works for me, and that helps me to maintain what I want to. So there's my purpose, and once you achieve the goal initially, it's so much easier to then maintain that. It's getting from back here to the goal that's the hardest part, right? I've been sick before. I mean, I've been deathly ill. 3 years ago, I had a brain injury. I got hit by the back end of one of my dump trucks. The impact alone should have killed me, but I was out for like 6 months, and I couldn't work out. I lost a ton of weight. I lost all my strength. I had to start all over again. This was just 3 years ago. 5 years before that, I was in a car accident, and I lost everything again. And I want to say paralyzed, but my right side, my right arm, I was stuck like this. All my nerves were impinged. Here's a picture of me in 2003 when all my organs completely shut down. I was dying. The doctors told my mother I was dying. Obviously, you can see I had to start over again. So, for me, I've been to that place that I don't want to be at again. But I know that if I get there again, if something else comes at me and I end up back there, I know how to get myself back to where I want to be. And hopefully, God willing, I will have the physical, mental, and emotional capacity to be able to do that. So I guess this kind of ended up being a little bit more of a vlog style video, and I just kind of wanted to stress to you, especially the business owners, that the sooner you can implement systems, purpose, reason, goals into your business mantra, the better you'll be able to maintain that level. Because once you have reasons and purposes and systems, then it's so much easier to stay where you want to be. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, I gotta eat my breakfast because the guys will be here in a little bit, and I have this much to do in this amount of time. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope everyone is staying healthy and safe throughout this quarantine time. Fortunately, we have work to do that is not around other people. So I hope that everyone, especially small business owners, I'm praying for you, and I know this is a trying time for us all, but we'll get through it. All right, I'm Adam Neely. This is Build, Gild, and Refine TV. Thanks for watching.